Hey clashes with a new level for the Electro Dragons, and on top of that, a completely new hero which is dedicated to air attacks. Electro Dragons are turning into 3-star machines, and they're just so strong. So I think we should check that out exactly in today's video, and how you can really utilize everything to give you the highest chances of 3-starring. And all of the attacks are starting with the same thing, and that is the giant arrow for the Archer Queen. This is going to make sure that you can take down air defenses, sweepers, and just much more. So for us right now, we can funnel this side with one Electro Dragon, send in the main group of Electro Dragons from this side, slammer in here, and then this is the important thing. The air hero, not with the Electro Dragons. This is such an important thing, because let's take a look at this. The Electro Dragons now can really utilize those chains. With the Warden ability, we can actually take down, or nearly take down, the monolith right behind the Town Hall with just attacking the Town Hall. The hero now is all about funneling those Electro Dragons, making sure that you're pushing them right into the center and they can deal all of the damage needed, because this hero can funnel the outside. Why exactly do you not want to send him with the main push of the Electro Dragons? Well, that is overall pretty simple, because this means that the new hero cannot take away any of the buildings where the Electro Dragons would get their chains in. Because this attack strategy is all about one thing, and that is the Electro Dragons. You want to make sure that they are chaining through as many buildings as possible. But if you have the new hero close by and he's attacking anything as well, that's going to be a problem, because those buildings are going too quick down, because the Electro Dragons need to channel their energy and then do the attacks, and this just takes too long. Another thing which we can showcase in this attack, for example, as well, is the Royal Champion. She is nice, but the king is really missing, because the Archer Queen, you can see it on this left side, has went down really early on, and this, in my opinion, is a problem. So first important things, make sure you're deploying your air hero away from the Electro Dragons. Royal Champ, you can use her, but I think the king is stronger, so we're going to use that in the next attack. And as well for the Warden, Healing Tome, and Eternal Tome are just incredible to keep your Electro Dragons alive. But how exactly would have this attack went if you would have used the new hero with the Electro Dragons? Take a look at this. And this means you're really just doing the same attack again. So giant arrow across, the same as we just did. We have the funnel Electro Dragon, and then we have now everything in from the top left side. Take a look at how many Electro Dragon chains we actually get. So far, it's 1, it's 2. 2 Electro Dragon chains so far. Not more, not less. Now another one came in. So overall, you have way less chains, because this hero, especially if you rage early on, is really strong with the DPS. And as well, the monolith, it did not even go half down. It is crazy how little of an amount of Electro Dragon chains you're going to get. So overall, I would not recommend you using the new hero with the Electro Dragons in the same spot. Spread them out and you will have way better success. But now, let's take a look at the next attack. And this is now, again, with the Barbarian King, because I personally just like it way better. Having a tank close by for the Archer Queen, and on top of that, with that Earthquake boot, you can just open up any compartment. But otherwise, we have the same setup. Queen funneling one side, the Minion Prince the other, and then the Electro Dragons right in between, completely pushed with those rage spells. As well, something which I like to do is using the ability of the Minion Prince really early on, because this is giving a nice slowdown of all of those defenses. And on top of that, you're generating more troops with those beefed up minions, which means that they can tank the Black Mines. Otherwise, at this point, it's all about just freezing whatever the defense is, or whatever the defense is, which deals damage towards your Electro Dragons, like for example this area right here. Then just keep raging your Electro Dragons and you're fine. Again, with the king, we can easily enter into the chop side. Everything is great. The king has tanked amazingly, and the queen was just able to push behind and stay alive. And take a look at this. A quick attack, a powerful attack, and it's just unstoppable. But obviously, you don't really have to go for time, because you just go for 3 stars, right? So this means there's another siege machine which is incredibly powerful with this attack strategy. And that is the flinger. Because if you have taken a look at the time which we have needed to completely demolish the base just a couple of seconds ago, well, then you have seen it's like 1 minute 30 or something. So it's really quick. So we can just let the siege machine work for like 1 to even 1.5 minutes and then start our attack. But what does this do? Well, it does multiple things. First off, it's going to funnel. It's going to create pathing for your Electro Dragons later on. And obviously, it's going to take down key defenses, which you then don't have to worry about anymore. So with taking down this corner of the base, then we can use the queen right here, giant arrow across to trigger the Invis Tower as well, and then we have the minion prince going this side, and the Electro Dragons in here, because this side is funneled from the queen with the Barbarian King. So overall, it is a super easy approach, and you can really relax, take a step back, drink a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you want, and just wait for the flame flinger to do its job. Then add the minion prince, and now we're going to add the queen, giant arrow across, and then the Electro Dragons in to make sure that we can finish off the base. Minion prince still in there, and remember, the minion prince has the same ability with this spawning equipment, where it's going to turn invisible and spawns the troops. So that's exactly what we're doing right now. And take a look at this, everything slowed out. Everything is slowed down by just so much. It's crazy. Now everything is getting to the core. Warden ability, again, with the healing tome, because of two things. First off, a rage gem, which empower the warden even more, so the warden would deal more damage and would take away buildings, which your Electro Dragons could do the chains on. That is as well the reason why we're not using the new hero with our Electro Dragons. That's the reason why we're not using the owl as a pet with the warden, because it would deal more damage, and this would mean that would be bad for our Electro Dragons. We're using the Angry Jelly instead, because this typically is completely outranged from the warden, which means in the beginning it is not really attacking, and this gives your Electro Dragons the most freedom possible to really do as many chains as possible, and this is really the key thing for the strategy. Let the Electro Dragons carry. And for you, it's just all about let the Electro Dragons carry your attack. Like, don't try to deny the Electro Dragons with adding more troops and other troops with this main push, which then would deny those Electro Dragon chains. This is what you have to think all about. And this is why it's working so great. But let's just do another attack. And overall, it is always the same approach, which is the main reason why this strategy is so popular and used by so many people. Again, giant arrow to shoot across, which means we're just shooting across, getting a sweeper, an air defense, another air defense, then one side with the minion prince, one side Electro Dragon funnel, and then push in between with those Electro Dragons. Again, warden ability, I think on this one I was a little bit late. I could have used the warden ability a little bit more early, but hey, it's well, this strategy doesn't really matter that much. As soon as your minion prince is getting closer to the core, use the ability. The slowdown is going to be completely crazy. But this time around, I have not really invested the additional support for the queen. I just accepted, I guess, that she would go down. And, well, yep. You might think, oh, this is not looking good. But actually take a look at how many Electro Dragons we have still alive. And how many spells we have alive as well. We have so many spells here to use. We have the minion prince alive. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Electro Dragons out of our initial Electro Dragons alive. And this base is gone within 1 minute, I think in 20 seconds or something. It is just insane. Really hard to stop this, and I feel like people will have to use air traps, like air skeletons and everything, to really slow this troop down, because Electro Dragons are looking unstoppable right now. And a base style which I think is going to be really popular is a ring base, because this can really utilize those rage towers, and as long as people are good with their traps and like can catch blimps, for example, this will be kind of crazy. Again, the same approach though. One corner, the queen, which means funnel. One corner, the minion prince this time, because the chop side would have been a bit more annoying for the Electro Dragons to funnel, and then again in between with the Electro Dragons. And you're now having a wave of troops just slowly overpowering this base. This is exactly the concept you're looking for. Warden ability again. You don't have to use the warden ability that early anymore, because the eagle artillery is gone. Important, remember that. Let your troops take a little bit of damage, like 10 to 20% off their total hit points. You can see that with those green bars, obviously. And as soon as that's the case, that's when we're going to use the Eternal Tome ability, because you have the healing tome on that queen. Now, again, on this back end, you have different win conditions kind of for 3 stars. First one, if this thing goes down, my queen is unkillable, because there's nothing which could take her down. So instead of like concentrating on like freezing this or supporting the Dragon Rider or something, I'm supporting purely my queen to keep her alive, and she can finish off the base even if we're super unlucky on catching every single black mine possible on the back end of this base. And this is again another 3 star. Give this strategy or give Electro Dragons a chance on Town Hall 17. It's just incredible how powerful they are, how well they're synergizing with the air hero. Maybe a little bit different than what most people would have expected because you're not putting them in all together. Instead, Minion Prince, Queen, then the King in front, and then the Electro Dragons will spread out in the core and completely overtake the base. The strategy link is down below in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something to become better at those Electro Dragons, because I see a lot of people using this because the strategy is easy to get into, but it's actually really hard to master. So make sure that you're putting some time in and you will get a lot of success with this troop on Town Hall 17 especially, but as well in lower town levels it's going to work great as well. But I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.